reputation, was selling the most Bibles. So he followed him on one of his sales. That day, he went to Abercrombie Street at the lower chambers of a prominent lawyer. And this is how he sold. Mr. Maharaj, good morning. Yes, how can I help you? Well, I need area and I have some Bibles there to sell. You go buy one? No, look at, I have 2 or 3 Bible, Quran, Gita. He said, so you don't want one? No, I don't want any. Well, if you don't buy one, I will have to read it for you. Okay, yes. I'm going to try that when I sell an insurance. Anyhow, let's get back to our wonderful divine Sai ambassador. I feel so thrilled and humbled to stand in the same place he's going to stand. Brother Sunder Iyer in 1979 joined the Satya Sai schools, colleges and universities, and he spent a period of 15 years where he attained a PhD in finance and banking. Under the watchful, loving care of Mother Sai, he was exposed to many powerful yogic masters where he learned the art of yoga, alignment of body, mind and spirit. He was Swami's personal attendant for 1.5 years. Imagine this. When asked by Bhagwan what it is he wanted, he said, Swami, I want to stay with you in your room. Swami says, come from tomorrow. And had some most memorable, inspiring experiences that have shaped his wonderful life today. He had the distinct honor of Swami performing his wedding ceremony on the 6th of September 1992. He's a wonderful soul, and to me he's no ordinary soul. And I'm sure that what he will share with us tonight is going to inspire us to feel the love of Mother Sai. Put your hands together for Dr. Sunder Iyer. And his wife, my wife was raising her hand. She said, don't forget the wife. I will have to be able to face her after. Behind, at the side of and in front of every good man is a good woman. And Sister Maya has been an ardent devotee of family, has had a renowned history with Swami, and she has been at his side. All that he is today and ever hoped to be is as a result of Maya. So without any further ado, put your hands together for Dr. Sunder Iyer.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My dear sisters and brothers and friends who have assembled here to honor our dear friend and brother Harold for the wonderful life he lived. And I am standing here very humble that I've been given an opportunity to grace this occasion. And so thank you, Brother Dubey, Brother Faiz, for your wonderful words. One evening, a few of us were sitting around Baba's feet, and Baba shared a very profound truth with us. And he said, if one wants to realize the ultimate freedom, if one wants to go and reach the heights of enlightenment, he said, go through the life's 3 zeros. I didn't have time to read Brother Harold's book, but I just glanced through the first few pages. Because Brother Faiz has not let me sit down and eat my meals properly. But in those few lines that I read, I noticed his story has been a story of these 3 zeros, his ancestors, his grandfather. And I'm sure all of you here know your forefathers went through those 3 zeros to set the life which you are enjoying today in this beautiful country of Trinidad. What are these 3 zeros of life? And Baba said, I give you those 3 zeros. I. When Baba would say I, he would identify himself with the infinite cosmic intelligence. The first zero, he said, life puts you through abject poverty and trouble. It will take you from your home, away from your kith and kin, and separate you from your family. Think of your forefathers. This is a very young country. It's only 200 years, 300 years back you have to look. Some of you have even traced your ancestry back in India. That's what I have heard. This is my first trip to the Caribbean. I didn't know there was so much energy and power. And I can understand now why. Because your forefathers have gone through those 3 zeros. Imagine the very first zero in life. When you get separated from your kith and kin, placed in a foreign land, and you're all alone. And Baba says, then will you love me? Will you love God then? Or will you forget God? What did our forefathers do? They carried with them the name of Ram. They carried with them the verses of the Gita. They carried with them the name of Krishna. They carried with them the image of Shiva, and they came into this world. And it was Rama, Krishna and Shiva that strengthened them, gave them solace, and consoled them when they slept lonely at night, thinking of the family which they had to abandon to seek a better life for them, for children, and for their future generations. The second zero. Not only will you be separated, I will subject you to abject poverty. And you will struggle for every penny you earn. And you will think that I will never see the light of the day. And when you struggle day in and day out, thinking, when is this ever going to end? Instead of thinking of that, will you spend your time with me? Will you love God? Will you love God? Once again, think of his grandfather. Think of your grandfathers and your great-grandfathers who came into this country. They came in ships. Not only were they separated from their kith and kin, they didn't carry with them a pocket full of precious gems from Jaipur in India, or they didn't come with loads of money here to settle and start business. They didn't come here with educational qualifications like we do today when we go out of India. They came here in abject poverty. They lived one day at a time. They saved money to buy little properties of land so that they can bless their family and their children and provide a better future for them. And lo and behold, in all their struggles, through their strife, they never failed to remember God. And Swami said the final zero before enlightenment. I don't know how many of your forefathers went through this, but this is the final test the Sadguru puts. He says, I put you where your reputation is at stake. People will either you get a bad reputation or people will forget you. They will even forget you exist. They will even forget you exist. So imagine your forefathers are here, they are thinking of their family, and slowly time goes by and people have forgotten them that they have come here. The family ties are broken. A new generation is being formed. But that painful separation, where families forget them, you can't go back to your home because you don't belong there anymore. You start a whole new life. Now I understand why Trinidad people are so loving, so laid back. As the Americans say, so cool, so loving, always having a smile on the face, because I know that your fathers, your grandfathers and your forefathers have gone through these 3 zeros. And Baba said, once life takes you through the 3 zeros, not only will you get enlightenment, but your generations and future generations will be blessed and always stay blessed in the path of God. 7 generations, he says, will be raised because of your presence. This is what I took home and I read the first 2 pages of this wonderful book. So brother finds 5 copies is not enough for you. You're not setting a good example. You buy more, spread the word. Let the young children, the younger generations know what their roots were, what their forefathers went through, and how today, if they are able to watch TV, play a game, or think of a future in Canada or USA or any other part of the world, it is because somebody died for them. Somebody lived day in and day out, seeking and saving every penny so that their children will be happy. I want to take this moment to this occasion to honor such a wonderful brother in our midst. Everyone just lives and passes, but there once in a while comes a being who says, let me record this for posterity. What an amazing work he has done. He's recorded his grandfather's trip to India. He's got the ship, in the shipwreck called Brenda, which he came. He's got all the details, he's recorded it. And while you're reading these books, you will record, you will draw parallels to the stories your father told you, your grandfather told you. And it's amazing by reliving that, the ancestry, you're bringing back the traditions of this country. I want to honor him by singing a song, very apt, sung by Saint Kabir. Kabir was a Sufi saint, and he compared the body to the blanket, and he said, drench this blanket in the name of Ram. I will speak in between here and there so you get an idea of what I'm singing, and I hope I can do justice. I'm not a professional singer, I just learned singing bhajans every day, and I've been singing for 15-20 years, so bear with me for those of you who sung so beautifully. The bhajans were such awesome bhajans. But I really want to offer this long bhajan, and in the middle of that bhajan, I want to take those of you who have never visited Prashantanilaya to Prashantanilaya.
कबीरा जब हम पैदा हुए जग हंसे हम रोए. The Saint Kabir, he sat behind a spinning wheel, weaving cloth into yarn. Yarn into cloth. See, that's how bad I am. And as he sat behind the spinning wheel, he compared the cloth, the blanket that he was weaving, to the body. And he shared a wonderful truth with the world. He said, oh man, when you come into this world, when we come into this world, we come crying. And looking at us cry, everybody around us makes merry. They laugh. Oh my God, the baby's crying, everybody's happy. And then he says, And then he says, may your deeds in this life be such that when it is time for you to leave, you go laughing and you leave the world behind to cry. Kabira, jab hum paida hue, jag hase hum roe. ऐसी करनी कर चलो कि हम हंसे जग रोए. चदरिया 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 जीनी रे जीनी, जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम दस बीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम दस बीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम रस पीनी जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम रस पीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी. How did this body come into being? अष्ट कमल का चरका बनाया, पांच तत्व की भूनी. अष्ट कमल का चरका बनाया, पांच तत्व की भूनी. All the five elements were brought together. 9-10 मास बुनन को लागे, 9-10 मास बुनन को लागे, मूरख मैली की चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम रस बीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी. जब मोरी चादर बन कर आई चदरिया रे, जब मोरी चादर बन कर आई. When the blanket is ready, it is sent to another person for what? To get colored. When the blanket comes of age, when it is ready, it is sent to the Guru. When it's sent to the Guru, what does the blanket pray for? It says, Guru, color me in your color. Color me in your color. Give me the highest color, your color. And the Sufis consider red as the divine color. Isn't it a coincidence that Sai Baba's robe is also red in color? जब मोरी चादर बन कर आई, रंगरेज को दीनी. ऐसा रंग रंगा रंग रे ने, ऐसा रंग रंगा रंग रे ने, के लालो लाल कर दीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम रस बीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी, हे राम नाम रस बीनी चदरिया जीनी रे जीनी. प्रहलाद सुदामा ने ओढ़ी चदरिया रे, प्रहलाद सुदामा Everybody wore this blanket. Dhruv, Prahalad, Sudama, all the saints, all the sages, Harold, everyone wore this blanket. But look what they did with that blanket. Why can't we follow the same example? Dhruv, Prahalad, Sudama ne odi. This bhajan reminds me of my days in Prashantinilaya. Every day for over 15 years, many of us had the privilege of watching Baba morning and evening, early morning, midday, so many times in a single day. But not once was Sai Baba the same Sai Baba. Every time he would come out, it would be a different Baba, a different Swami. There would be a different melody in the air. I would want to share this experience that we went through this bhajan. As students, we had college during the daytime. So evenings were the time when we would all rush to spend time at Baba's feet and have his darshan. And as Baba would step out in the evening, the chirping of the birds, the wind, and the trees swaying in the ashram, there was the melody of Rag Desh, the evening Rag, which is the Rag of this bhajan. Sudama ne odhe chadariya, Sudama, Sudama ne odhe chadariya. And as the Sai Rama would walk gently among his devotees, in my depths of my heart, I would hear this bhajan. Raghupati Raja Patita Pavan Sitaram. Sing. Raghupati Raja Patita Raghupati Raghav Raja Patita Pavana Sita Ram Ram Jaya Raja come into the bhajan hall, sit for the bhajans, and at the end of every day, the arati would be taken to the Sadguru. Imagine this sight, the orange color of the setting sun, there's an orange glow in the ashram, the orange robe of Bhagwan, the orange flame of the arati. Everything would merge into one cosmic unified energy, and we would all be lifted. There was a time when we would watch Swami and seeing this is the Guru who has come for all religions, who has come to give us the secret of liberation. Ab sagar se par utaro Sai Nath Bhagwan. Ab sagar se par utaro Sai Nath Bhagwan. Ab sagar se par utaro Sai Nath Bhagwan. Ab sagar se par है महिमा सर्वधर्म के पालनहारे साईनाथ भगवान। भव सागर से पार उतारो साईनाथ भगवान। Then it would be nightfall. And we would all grab our blankets and run to the mandir and choose our favorite spots. Where did Baba walk today? Where was the sand under his feet? And we would all put our pillow there and lie down and sleep. Some of us would sleep under Swami's bedroom window, hoping, who knows, sometimes in the night, what if he opens the window and looks out? And there were one or two occasions, very rare but one or two occasions, when in the depths of the night, you would hear the creak of the window open and you would see a halo of Baba's there. And in the silence of that ashram, in the depths of the night, at that darshan, it was time for our mantras. It was time for the rag devoted to Shiva. Sudamane odi re chadariya dhruv prahlad Sudamane odi dhruv prahlad Sudama. And I would sing in my heart, Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And then would come the early morning. Bhagavan would step out and give his Vishwarupa darshan. Early in the morning, Nagar Sankirtan on special occasions will form at the feet and they will pray early in the morning, even before the sun comes up. Bhagavan would open the silver door, come out and give his grand darshan. The gentle morning breeze will caress his cheeks and he will sway ever so beautifully, listening in tune with the rhythm of the bhajans. Who knows, in tune with the rhythm of our thoughts, in tune with the rhythm of our prayers. There was a different melody in the air. Sudamane odi chadariya re, Sudamane odi, Sudamane odi chadariya re, dhruv prahlad Sudamane odi, dhruv prahlad Sudama, Sai Sundara, Sundara, Sai Sundara, Sundara, Vyagram Baradara Hare Hare Sai Sundara. And later on Baba would come out and mingle with the devotees, giving love, sharing love. This was his every morning darshan. There was so much of energy, of exchange of aura between Swami and his devotees, but every day would seem like a holy festival. His love coming to you, your love going to him. And when one thinks of holy, one thinks of Ragkapi, one thinks of Vaikuntha. Are Sudamane odi, Hare Hare Chadariya, Sudamane odi, Sudamane odi, Dhruv prahlad Sudamane odi, Dhruv prahlad Sudama, Vaikuntapate Sai Hare, Vaijayanti Mala Dhare, Vaikuntapate Sai Hare Hari Govind Hari Gopal Hari Govind Hari Gopal Harold Govind Harold Gopal Margoda Hari Tira Vihari Margoda Hari Tira Vihari Vaikuntapate Sai Hare. And finally, I would like to offer the queen of all ragas, Bhairavi, at Swami's lotus feet. Sudamane odire chadariya Sudamane odire Dhruva Prahlad Sudamane odi Dhruva Prahlad Sudama Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar Giridhar Nagar Giridhar Nagar Sharan Kamal Balihari Re Sharan Kamal Balihari Re Govind Hare Gopal Hare Muralidhar He Ghanshyam Hare Govind Hare Gopal Hare. Let's finish. Let's go back to old bhajan and offer it to Bhagwan's lotus feet. Dhruva Prahlad Sudamane odi Sukh dene nirmal kini Das Kabir ne aisi odi Das Kabir ne aisi odi Kyun ke kyun kar di chadariya Jeene He Ram Ram Jai Ram May the spirit of Harold continue to inspire every one of us and all our children. And as he merges into Swami, in this glorious satsang, which I believe is the finale for this wonderful celebration of a wonderful life, may Swami embrace him with all his spirit and might, and may his spirit continue to inspire each one of us. Thank you once again for this opportunity, and Jai Sai Ram.